If you are tired of feeling like you're constantly living paycheck to paycheck, want to take control of your finances and start building wealth, then you have come to the right place. Welcome to Wealthy Habits, where we share simple and effective strategies to managing money so you can reach your financial goals. In this video, we're going to share 7 easy tips for budgeting beginners that will help you get started on a path to financial freedom. Budgeting can seem intimidating at first, but trust us, it's a crucial skill to master in order to achieve your financial dreams. Tip number 1. Track your spending. The first step in budgeting is understanding where your money is going. For a month or two, write down every purchase you make, no matter how small. This will give you a clear picture of your spending habits and show you where you can cut back. Tip number 2. Set financial goals. Now that you have a good idea of your spending habits, it's time to set some financial goals. These can be short-term, such as saving for a vacation, or long-term, like saving for retirement. Having specific goals in mind will help you stay motivated and on track with your budget. Tip number 3 is to, make a budget. With a good understanding of your spending habits and financial goals, it's time to create a budget. Start by listing your income and fixed expenses, such as rent or mortgage payments, car payments, and insurance. Then, list your variable expenses, such as groceries, entertainment, and clothes. By subtracting your expenses from your income, you'll know if you're spending more than you're earning. If you are, it's time to start cutting costs. Tip number 4. Cut costs. Once you've created a budget, it's time to start looking for ways to save money. This can include shopping around for better deals on expenses, cutting out non-essential expenses, or finding cheaper alternatives. One thing I'll add here is that usually people try to cut a little bit out of everything, or they try to cut a category's spending in half all at once, and that usually does not work well. What I believe works best here are 2 things. First, pick a spending category that you don't really care that much about. Let's say you subscribe to all possible streaming services plus cable TV, but you actually spend most of your free time doing outdoor activities and barely watch TV. You can probably cut mercilessly on this area without it impacting your daily life too much. Second is to pick 1 or 2 categories where you know you can make a significant impact. Let's say you go out to eat 4 meals a week. Instead of trying to cut dining out from your life all at once, try cutting back to 3 meals, then 2. The idea here is to, instead of cutting what you spend in a category in half or more at once, maybe cut 15 to 20%, then get used to that and then cut some more if needed. Tip number 5. Increase your income. Cutting costs is what we call playing defense. It's important as a temporary measure to get your finances in order, but having wealthy habits and living a wealthy life is not about cutting all you can. It is about having the money to spend on what is important to you. So, if you're struggling to make ends meet on your current income, it's time to find ways to increase it. This can involve negotiating a raise at work, finding a higher paying job, or starting a side hustle. On this last point, there are many ways to make money online outside business hours that won't conflict with your main job schedule. An online side hustle will probably work best if you already have a full-time job. Remember, as financial author Ramit Sethi says, there is a limit to how much you can cut, but there is no limit to how much you can make. Tip number 6. Set aside money for emergencies. Emergencies happen, and it's important to be prepared. Aim to save at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in an emergency fund. By having an emergency fund in place, you'll be able to protect yourself against financial setbacks and avoid completely derailing your budget or having to tap into your long-term savings or investments. Tip number 7. Stay on track. The final step is to stay on track with your budget by tracking your spending, reviewing your budget regularly, and making adjustments as needed. You can also use budgeting tools, such as a budgeting app that syncs automatically to your accounts, to help you stay on track. By following these 7 simple tips, budgeting will no longer be a daunting task. You'll be able to take control of your finances, reach your financial goals, and start building wealth. So, if you're ready to continue your journey to financial freedom, watch this video next and learn more tips on how to create more wealthy habits.